Hey everyone, this is Dave Dubeau here with another episode of the Property Profits Real Estate Podcast. Today, zooming in all the way from, I believe, Pensacola, Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right, Tim?
That's right, man.
We got Mr. Tim Kelly. And Tim is a very accomplished real estate entrepreneur. And he is literally a rock star in real estate terms. He also plays in a rock band, the drums, if I'm not mistaken. And he's been involved in the military for very, very many years. He was part of the U.S. Navy for 15 years and still gets involved. In fact, Tim, I think we had to postpone our interview because you were off recently helping people out in Louisiana. So I look forward to hearing a little bit about that. So, Tim, welcome to the call.
Hey, man. Thanks. Yeah, great intro. I appreciate it. Let's dive in, man. How's your day going? Everything good?
All good in the hood. So tell me, at the time that we're recording this, the hurricane that hit Louisiana isn't that far back. How did it go with helping out down there?
Yeah, we being in Pensacola, Florida about a year ago, almost to the day, Hurricane Sally hit us, and people came from every which way to provide support. Last year, following Sally, there was some hurricanes in Louisiana. We went to support that in the St. Charles area. And then Hurricane Ida, the last one that just a couple of weeks ago, like you're talking about, my buddies and I now are more geared up and we have more resources to be able to, we have a truck, a trailer that we could fill, a boat that we could help rescue people. And kind of at the point that we went, it was just fuel and water is all they needed for their generators, and water to survive, and fuel for their cars and their generators, because there's no power and no water. So that's what we did, and we just delivered a bunch of stuff and brought 100 gallons of gas in a dispenser. We were really in the back of the pickup truck. We were like a mobile gas station. We were able to help fill up some tanks, and it was just good. Like we had time due to the financial freedom. I get to do things like that and make an impact and help people in those types of ways.
Oh, that is awesome. I talk about putting that to some seriously practical use. So hats off to you for that. Thank you very much for helping out. That's amazing. So, Tim, tell me a little bit about how the heck you got in this whole real estate thing, seeing that you're floating around on a boat for 15 years, or at least you're part of the Navy. I don't know if you're on a boat or not, but how did you get into the whole real estate thing?
Yeah, like I said, I was floating on a boat on a deployment in 2014, and I just had a stack of books with me that I always had a general interest in personal finance and building wealth and nothing real estate yet. I was just learning. I just wasn't cool with giving my financial legacy or my retirement at the time to like a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Who would thereby make money off of me. And I'm like, I didn't know what fiduciary responsibility was. I didn't know what a certified, registered investment advisor at that time. It just didn't feel right. The energy just didn't make sense. I'm like, I want to control my own wealth, my own investments. I just don't know how. So I kind of just stacked up a bunch of books, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant, like all kind of the mindset shifts. And then I just kept seeing, the real estate investing is just an opportunity. Anybody can get into it. You don't need any degrees or any credentials. You don't need a whole lot of money. You can figure it out with hustle and with education and the right mindset and the right community or people or support team. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of just navigated through that and got off the deployment and kind of just invested, in that Rich Dad, Poor Dad real estate education, $25,000+ on real estate education and mentorship. And then I kind of just took it from there and quickly focused on large multifamily and commercial real estate. Did all this while I was still active duty in the Navy, and was able to help close over 1,200 doors, multifamily apartment complexes, mobile home parks, while I was still serving active duty, while I was also building the active duty passive income platform, where we are helping other military members who serve every day buy more of America and buy more land, buy more real estate while they're still active or after they get out, because they fight so hard for it, man. And there's no better way to build wealth right now. And we know that. It's just who are you gonna listen to? Who are you gonna hire as your mentor, as your coach? What are you gonna invest in to get to that point? But it's proven. It's just which way are you gonna take? And we've created this mastermind and this proven, formula that easily walks military members through how to be successful and how to take down like large 100-unit syndication apartment complexes, mobile home parks, and all the way from how to just buy a single family home with your VA loan and everything in between. So when
you jumped in, Tim, did you jump right into multifamily investing, or did you have
I literally got the bug. Like I got the bug right after that deployment, and I quickly kind of like tried to dabble in a little bit of wholesaling, a little bit of bird and single family. It just didn't make sense to me. It wasn't big enough. And maybe because I was too impatient, I just didn't want to wait. I'm like, $200, maybe a door and cash flow. I got to close how many deals to get, 100,000 a month. Like I was thinking big, and I'm like, it makes no sense to do this with single family. Let me just try to go for the 100 units right off the bat. And kind of that's what I shot for. Then I did a fourplex using a 203K FHA loan. And I was just, with the intentions of house hacking it. I was just going to just I wrapped $100,000, into that loan. And I only had to put 3.5% down on like a $350,000 total project. But then 6 months later, it was a 42 unit apartment complex, and then like a 27 pad mobile home park. And I just kept going, and more apartments, more mobile home parks. Cool. And that's when ADPI was born too, and we started educating other vets how to do this.
So just out of curiosity, without a heck of a lot of a track record, how were you able to raise the capital for those really big deals so quickly, if you don't mind sharing big picture?
I guess I heard something like that really stuck with me really early on, probably in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad kind of series of books, but and so since then I've heard, and I've always lived by, surround yourself with people that are way smarter than you. That's it. And so I've always found people who have the same dreams and desires, and we could talk about multifamily. We could talk about syndications. We could talk about raising capital. We could talk about SEC laws. We could talk about taxes. You can't sit in the Navy in your division in your work center and your chief or your mate or your other, your sailors and Marines. You can't talk to them about this stuff. Right. So I intentionally had to find people that I could talk about this stuff at a high level. And I found the people that were way smarter than me, way more analytical, especially because I'm not a numbers guy. I'm not left brain analytical. I'm way more right brained, more just visionary, kind of ready, fire, aim. I'm creative. I'm a musician. The left brains are the analytical, data driven. So I've always found the most left brain analytical people who are the underwriters and who are more detail oriented. And I do everything else basically.
You shake the tree, you raise the capital, you're the rah guy.
Absolutely. Acquisitions. I find the deal, negotiate the contract, get all the capital raised, put the team together for due diligence, get it closed. But I don't do operations or management. I just do all front end acquisitions to closing. And then a lot of it is raising capital. A lot of it is negotiating contracts. But then that was the most passive approach in my mind, because then once the deal's done, I have literally no obligations, but I'm still a general partner and a limited partner collecting, mailbox money, and then equity distributions whenever there's a resell or a refi or a sale. So yeah, where do you want to take this conversation, man? I hope I answered your question there.
I think you did a good job. Yeah. You did. So that's a fascinating idea. Hold that thought for a second. Hi there, this is Dave Dubeau, and real estate investors hire me to raise capital the right way. Why? Because most of them are stuck with too small of a portfolio, and they don't know how to attract investors and raise money for their deals. So I help them to connect, capture, and close their ideal money partners. Bottom line, when you've got a deal, you're going to have the capital to do it. So go ahead and book a no-cost capital clarity session with me at bookachatwithdave.com. Again, that's bookachatwithdave.com. Well, no, actually, you didn't get down to it. It was okay. So you're hanging out with networks of people that are smarter than you. But again, when it comes to actually raising the money, when you didn't have a huge track record behind you like you do now, how did you raise the capital for that first really kind of big deal?
Yeah, let me be more specific. So when I say I partnered, I've always found people who are way smarter than me. So I found two other military guys, both pilots, both active duty in Pensacola. When I was there, also active duty. Mm-hmm. We weren't stationed together, but they were on the other side of the bases doing different things. They had already done large multifamily deals. They had done a couple commercial deals within the last year. They were looking for more partners, looking for more deals. And my partner and I that I connected with offline, we found a deal, didn't have any experience, then brought it to them two guys who had some money raised, who had some experience. And then we all raised the rest of the capital. We all put in our own capital. And then literally, and that all happened in our local RIA, the Real Estate Investment Association in Pensacola, Florida. We met once a month. And after a couple months, you come there and let everybody know who you are and how you could add value and how you delivering investors incredible returns. it's going to stick, and people are going to start seeing you as the go-to guys who get multifamily deals done and who also offer returns to limited partners. So it was easy for us to raise capital in that room. And that is really what helped, because then I had a lot more confidence. I was a GP LP on a 42 unit. I was on the Bigger Pockets podcast. I got my, then that's when I connected with Active Duty Passive Income. Now I'm an owner, co-owner, and ADPI and the VP of Education. So like, that's kind of how it all went. But that first deal, to answer your question, we partnered with people who already had a little bit of experience, a little bit of capital, and we just brought them the deal. We brought them more capital. We brought them more like, hey, we're here to figure it out as a team. And we just partnered and we got it done.
Nice.
A lot of rough patches there, but we sold it a few months back for like 100 plus, digit, 100+% returns for
Nice.
everybody involved. But it was rough, man. That's like 2 property managers getting fired, 2 or 3 GCs getting fired, having us to fund it ourselves out of our own pockets, writing promissory notes to the business just to cover some equity. And so like, you know what I'm saying, but it turned out to be great. But that was a really good first deal because there was a lot of lessons learned.
Well, and what I'm picking up from that too, Tim, is the value of being part of a RIA, real estate investment club, real estate meetups, whatever it is called in your area, getting in there, moving, shaking, letting people know what you're doing, partnering with. The other thing I really picked up on, you found a couple of partners who had already done what you were looking to do. You brought massive value. You brought the deal to the table. You also brought some of the capital to the table. So it's a matter of partnering up. If you don't have the wherewithal yourself just yet, somebody else does, but figure out how you can bring massive value to the table.
Well, one key thing too, like I was in Virginia Beach, Virginia before I came here to Pensacola. Like I got orders knowing like 9 months later, I'm going to be in Pensacola. From that second, I reached out online via Bigger Pockets, via different, Facebook and stuff, to people in Pensacola looking for the guys and girls who are doing multifamily deals. Cause I had my focus on multifamily at that point. If I was dabbling in single family, I wouldn't have done that, but like intentionally made a decision to like put everything else aside, unless it was multifamily, commercial, syndication, apartment complexes, mobile home parks. Like that's the only thing I was thinking about. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then I already kind of had a network there being established before I even got there. So then when I was able to get there, got a 4-plex done that month, 6 months later, 42 units. But that's from work that I developed relationships over time to find the people who are going to be able to partner with me to help me make it happen.
Yeah, you're that long-term overnight wonder, right? That's the thing. It's been. Now, here's something I want to ask you, Tim, because I've spoken to a number of very successful real estate investors who've come out of the military, or in some cases still part of the military. And being a civilian myself, not having served, I always find it interesting. And I wonder if in a certain way, being part of the military gives you an advantage in the sense that number 1, focus. Number 2, discipline. Number 3, theoretically, the ability to follow instructions and get shit done. Would you say that has helped you along your path?
Undoubtedly, and very frankly, like the Navy over the last 15 plus years made me who I am today. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of other factors that played a role. I mean, my mom growing up, just her work ethic and her just knack for saving and being diligent with your finances. Like she set a lot of really good blueprint, like foundational stuff. But then that is why we love working with military people that are either coming out or that are active duty or that were veterans. They serve because we're a very specific niche. We're 1% of the mass society has served or is serving, and they understand we're programmed a little different. And like you said, the discipline and the ability to follow instructions, like that is like nothing compared to the resilience that we just have. Is just like embedded into our DNA. The teamwork, the work ethic, the leadership, the ability just to be humble and be like have humility and serve. And you know what I'm saying? Like all of those things make people that are in the military about to come out the perfect like beta human to like learn the ropes of real estate or just anywhere in business, because it applies very, very, very well in business. And we're even teaching how to do this online, how to leverage all your characteristic traits that you've been programmed by the military for so long, like how to leverage those into business. We're like kind of creating simple processes and education on how to do that. Cause that's exactly, I'm one of only, 7 owners, but like 3 or 4 of them right now are in the middle of a transition out as well of the military. So like we've all experienced it. And the other ones that are now co-owners are military spouses.
Yeah. Nice.
So
no, very, very cool.
Yeah.
So, Tim, if people want to find out more about you, do you guys only work with military, or do you talk to civilians as well, or what's your
active duty passive income? If you've ever served in any military, or you are serving, or even if like you're a spouse or a family, your parents, I mean, you are absolutely welcome to come to the Facebook group Active Duty Passive Income. I mean, there's over 30,000 members. It's free. It's private because there's no soliciting allowed. It's all value only. There's a lot of moderators. So you got to answer some questions and get into the group just to make sure you won't solicit. You're just there to learn of your value. But then we also have super high level and very basic fundamental type academies in both single family residential and then commercial and large multifamily. We have very specific academies with proven steps that like take you to what you need to know to be successful, plus mastermind groups that go with it of people who have been there before, who are successful. And then they stay connected. They're able to partner together. They're able to find deals together all the way, like I said, from single family 1 unit VA loan to 100+ unit apartment complexes, mobile home parks. That's the active duty passive income platform for the vets. But personally, I do a lot of one-on-one. I'm also a one-on-one certified high performance coach. So a lot of people who are not in the military I work with who need that high performance accountability and from a high performance perspective, regardless of whatever business or industry you're in, you could be a higher performer. And there's certain pillars that we kind of go by and walk you through. But I also do that. Obviously, a lot of real estate investors are also my high performance coaching clients. But yeah, if you're military, ADPI is for you. We also have lending and insurance and a huge community, and we're creating a fund, all these amazing things. But if you're not, just shoot me a text. Like I'll literally just hop on a 15-minute phone call with you to figure out what you got going on. Just shoot me a text. Let me know it's you, and I'll give you my cell phone number right now. Let me know you heard me, and we'll go get on a phone call, man. I'll help you in any way I can.
That's awesome, Tim. So again, you got a couple of websites, thetimothykelly.com. We'll put these in the show notes as well, and activedutypassiveincome.com as well. Tim, thank you very much for sharing some time here with us today, and let us know what you're up to and give us a good, swift, inspirational kick in the butt.
Hey, anytime, man. I just dropped my cell phone number in the chat box just so you had it, just to make sure in case you didn't. That's what you could share with anybody that this is resonating with. I'd love to chat with you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye. Well, hey there. Thanks for tuning into the Property Profits Podcast. If you like this episode, that's great. Please go ahead and subscribe on iTunes. Give us a good review. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that. And if you're looking to attract investors and raise capital for your deals, then I'm going to invite you to get a complimentary copy of my newest book, right back there. There it is. The Money Partner Formula. You can get a PDF version at investorattractionbook.com. Again, investorattractionbook.com. Take care.